All right. Well, welcome to the first episode of uh,
Golf banter.
yep, there it is. All
That's
right.
what we landed on,
We
right?
just changed the name, so yeah, Golf Banter
We
Podcast.
bantered about it for a long time, tried to figure out what we wanted to go with.
Here we are. So starting strong. I'm Jesse. This is my co-host Trent. And
Howdy.
yeah, this is gonna be just a general golf-related podcast for any fans. Nothing too serious. Um, this is just a sit-down, little different episodes where we're on the course, recording, going over some tips and setting up some shots, stuff like that. And then from time to time, I'll be releasing videos just with my personal progression. I am aiming for taking the PAT in July of this year, so oh, you're about to hear a loud noise.
Dang,
Yeah, we're in a little bit.
that was a big strike.
There it is.
Saw it through the curtains.
Yeah,
That
I
was
did too. I
crazy.
was like, that's coming. It's a little storm. But yeah, I'm preparing for the PAT, so I'll have a little bit of an update on my journey. Um, Biggest thing, did not mean to open with this, but it just kind of lined up that way. Uh, Tiger, unfortunately, back in the headlines for nothing, nothing too good. So, what,
Yeah,
want to get into that?
we're all upset to hear about this for Tiger. He was just playing in TGL a few nights ago, and
Yeah, with Jupiter Leagues, they
now
can
here he
compete for the
is.
title. The
Here he
SoFi
is
Cup.
again in the headlines, just in a negative way,
Yeah.
and it's happened a few times, right?
Yeah, it's kind of it's almost sucks because it's puts fans in like a weird spot of like how many times can you defend him for the same dumb
Yeah.
shit, you know? And unfortunately, he did get back in. Well, not unfortunately, he got back in everyone's good graces and stuff like that. I think largely because of
Yeah.
everything he has done for the game, and no one can take that away from him. But
And we all love him, but at this point,
yeah,
like, how much can you love a guy that keeps screwing up this bad?
yeah,
I mean,
and thank God, like no one's got hurt or where he's hurt himself, but no one's got killed or anything like that. The 2019 when he almost lost his, or 21 when he almost lost his, no, yeah, 2021 when he almost lost his leg.
yeah, well, he got
And
lucky that time.
we'll fact check that for me real quick, but I'm pretty
Okay.
sure that was one I know. I'm pretty sure it was 2021. I know it was when he almost lost his leg. That was one where they did not administer any sort of sobriety test, I believe. Just because of the severity of the injury.
Yeah, 21,
like yeah,
February
21.
21.
Okay.
Nearly lost his right leg following a severe single car rollover crash in Los Angeles, which left him with shattered tibia and fibula bones.
Yeah.
So his whole lower leg was
he almost
destroyed.
lost that leg. So
wow.
After that, so there was no OBI for that. They never looked into that. But prior to that, the first two car crashes, both under the influence, and now this one too, which is just really like for
and
one,
he did blow 0-0
yes,
on
let's
the
be clear about
breathalyzer.
That. So from what all reports state, they administered he was unhurt, climbed out of the car. They suspected impairment. They called the uh, investigators that do that, I suppose, to the scene. Yeah. They administered a breathalyzer, or they suspected impairment, took him into the station where they did a breathalyzer. He blowed 0.0, so he wasn't drinking. But they wanted to do a urine analysis, which he refused. So he was booked under, I believe, refusing a local order, reckless driving, and OVI, I believe.
Yes.
So that's where it stands now. And obviously, anything this big, like within, hours before we even had a police report on it, like the president's, commenting on it on the news and everything like that. So that just shows you it is such a high profile figure. So it kind of is hard, I'd imagine, for him to always be in that limelight. But at the end of the day, like this is just it. It sucks because you're doing dumb shit, and it really just makes people lose a lot of respect. And it's especially at the tail end of your career where people are already like, "Is it better for him to keep playing? Or should he just go out?" Like and it's just like.
Eventually, this stuff's just going to keep happening, and he's not even going to ever. We're never going to see him play again.
Yeah.
I mean, I hope we do, but
Just seems
I
like
don't
he's
know
not
if it will
learning.
happen.
It just seems like he's never learned a lesson. Now, I did see something earlier today. What was it on ESPN where I believe, did admit that
Yeah,
he needed help and he
he
was checking in somewhere. I
he's
believe,
submitting to treatment.
or at least acknowledging that he needs treatment. So that's good. Which I believe is the first time for him because he's always just kind of
Yeah,
had this persona where he's played it off like everything's fine, I'm good. Um,
he's stepping away for a period of time to seek treatment and focus on his health.
yeah, so that's good. At least he can
That
acknowledge
is
that.
good.
He,
Sometimes that's the hardest step.
I think that's the biggest thing for addiction, and that's
Yeah,
not to downplay that at all or anything
this is crazy.
because it is a disease like anything else, but it's just unfortunate that there's going to be another one.
You think we're just gonna blow away like Wizard of Oz right now?
Hopefully not. um, it's a disease like anything else, but it's unfortunate to put himself in this situation again, especially when he has the resources to just have a driver. I mean,
Right.
honestly, I don't
He's a
understand how no one.
billionaire, isn't he, or
Yeah,
multimillionaire at least?
I don't
So
understand how
he could
anyone's
easily just hire a chauffeur and have a guy
just a
take him
dedicated
everywhere.
driver. I don't understand how no one's just like not let him drive at this
Yeah,
point. Um, Especially doing something so reckless like on a residential street like that. Just in
yeah.
general, whether you're drinking impaired or not, just slow down. Like I don't understand. Same with
There's no rush. No one should be in that much of a
yeah,
rush to
it's crazy.
go 80 around a semi and then clip him with your back end and then.
So it wasn't it was actually just a guy's truck. He was hauling something. He had a
Oh,
pressure washer behind
oh,
him. He was
okay.
hauling or something. So yeah,
I'm
but
misinformed then.
yeah, that's still the situation's unfolding. Obviously, that sucks to talk about. That's not what we want Tiger in the news for. Again, especially after him just coming off playing for TGO, it was great to see him swing out there with Jupiter Links competing for the SoFi Cup and joking around with everyone. Um, so that's hard, and I just hope this. He can't keep doing this. He's got lucky this many times, and hopefully, I don't know what it's going to take for him to realize that he has Sam and Charlie, and I don't.
Yeah.
You just gotta find something to wake up about. I don't know. So we'll stay tuned with that. Um, on the flip side of that, Gary,
Happier news.
yeah, had much happier news. Gary Woodland win couldn't be more deserved.
Very beloved.
Did you watch that
golfer.
interview?
I did,
Yeah.
yes.
What were your thoughts on that?
I mean, I just think it's amazing, like his journey that he's gone through and having that surgery and going through so much with coming out in the public talking about his PTSD and all the things he's gone through, like, and being able to come out triumphant and get an awesome win, dude. I love that so much for him.
A pretty solid win too.
I mean, he crushed. He crushed.
Pretty decisive win.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Gary Woodland's never been someone that's like
jumped off the page or
it's
anything.
Just like nothing against him. It's just I would have never been like.
I've always rooted for him when I see him on the leaderboard once in a while, but
I think definitely after these last couple of seasons with him being open about his struggle with the anxiety and the fear he's going through with the tumor and stuff, and then having that operated on, and then everyone kind of being like, all right, awesome, you're in the clear, but you're still battling with this, the PTSD he had after the surgery, and it's just this ongoing thing, and to just see him kind of, for a dude like him, to just open up and be honest and be like, dude, it's hard. I'm struggling. Like, you guys don't see everything, but like
sometimes we need more of that. I think a lot of players are probably going through similar things. Definitely. I mean, obviously, not everyone has had brain surgery, but
no, they're people at the end of the day. I think just in general, more athletes like that, you see them as people, it almost makes them more of an inspiration and something like,
for sure.
More someone you want to like root behind, like, oh, I want to be like Gary Woodland, you know what I mean? Like just that like perseverance and everything like that. So awesome to see.
Very happy with that.
And then I know you've always given me kind of a joked about this about my favorite golfer, but Fitzy with the win recently. both Fitzies.
Hey, that's the only golfer's autograph that I have, so I was happy with the win too.
There you go. Yeah, so Fitzy got his win. That's awesome to see. I mean, obviously, he's been up there recently. I don't know.
He's been playing really good golf.
He's been playing solid golf this year. He's one of those players like that just seems like very average across the board, but he's just so analytical and like dedicated to like improving every aspect
Yeah.
of his game that like he's able to hang and like he just gets it done and it's impressive honestly considering his like stature and like he's been gaining so much distance off the tee and everything.
Yeah.
And then his brother got a win on DP World Tour, I believe his first uh, pro win. So that is pretty awesome, honestly.
Fitzpatrick family is
Yeah,
rising up.
Stocks rising. Good month for them for sure as we close out March here. Um, Speaking of closing out March, we got Masters just around the corner. This coming up weekend, we got the Valero Texas Open, which that's cool. Probably not going to be a ton of big names. Everyone's probably getting ready for Masters next weekend.
My money is on Ricky.
Don't do Ricky like that.
No, I actually am.
But yeah, then we got Masters coming up after that, which is obviously, I think, if you're watching this, you're going to be watching that. Obviously, it's the pinnacle of golf.
Definitely.
So
download the Masters app and you can watch it all for free.
The Masters app, you can. A lot of it.
A lot of
great follow along. There's whole coverage of Amen Corner. And man, just the media crew that Augusta has is insane. When you see like Instagram starts popping up with clips of them like cutting the grass or just trimming it, you're like, oh boy, like here it comes. They're dyeing the water. They're dyeing.
It's also meticulous.
They're painting the grass. Yeah, perfection for sure. It's beautiful. Also, speaking end of March here in Ohio, where we're at, scoring season opened back up for this year. So,
and as you may be able to hear, we're in the midst of a storm right now. So we'll see when we can get out there and actually play.
Yeah. Well, I played earlier today. I was gonna say it's you have a few more rounds to blame the winter rust, but then you can blame yourself. I played earlier today. Played 9 holes after work, which was pretty good. I actually was going to go over it here with you, so I kept track of it here. I got a new little notebook here to keep track of the rounds.
Handy dandy notepad.
Yeah, exactly. Let's check the backpack. So I played at Mudron. It's a course in Akron, just a 9-hole course. It wasn't terrible. It was nice. It was warm. It was like 70 degrees. There was some wind. It was like 20 miles an hour.
Fairly strong.
Yeah. First hole, I started strong. I pulled it out of bounds, had a drop, ended up with a bogey on that one. Next hole, it's a par 4, a little dog leg right. Ended up just teed off with a 7-iron there, stuck it into the fairway, and then had a wedge in. Ended up 2-putting that for a par. Next one, par 3, ended up parring that green and 2-putt. Next hole, par 4, ended up driving green regulation. Oh no, not a green regulation. Missed the green, was able to scramble, go up and down. Next hole, par 3, ended up getting a bogey. Missed the green, had a chip up and 2-putted. Next hole, par 5, ended up parring green regulation, 2-putt. Hole 7, it's a par 4, ended up getting a birdie on that one. It's a short par 4, it's only 267. So had a little chip shot in, 1-putt that. Next one, par 3, stuck a gap wedge to like 8 feet, something like that. Nothing spectacular. I mean, it was good. 1-putted that, got a birdie.
I'd say that's spectacular.
And then I got to the last hole, which is where I ran into my biggest issue in golf is I always get too hyper and too excited, and I can't slow myself down. So I ended up calling Trent actually.
Tell him what you did.
I called him on the tee box as I was waiting to go, and just decided to play that hole on speakerphone with him listening to the shots, just setting my phone down by the ball, and I hit a really good drive. Had like, what did I say? Do you remember what I said I had in afterwards? I think I said like a
70
yards in or
70
something
in.
like that. Yeah. So 70 yards, a really good drive. Hit a lob wedge in.
You pulled it a little bit, right?
I pulled it in, and the wind gusted a little bit, really really strong, and like I just was left with a brain. And I got up there, was on speaker with him, and I was like, "All right, dude, listen to this." And he listened to the sound of me just duffing a chip and going nowhere. So then I had to chip again, and then I ended up with a double bogey there. So
Strong finish.
not the way to finish. I ended up that I was the reason I was so excited because I was even going on to the last hole. It was only a 9-hole course, but
Yeah.
so I ended up with a 36 2 over. So still a pretty good round.
Still a great score.
Yeah, pretty happy about it. Um, Everything's been feeling pretty solid. And I'll get into that more during like an on course video and everything like that. What else did we want to talk about? Anything too particular? Titleist, new driver launch, but
guess we've kind of gone over everything.
Yeah, I really think that's about it for today. Just opening one. Stay tuned. Like I said, not everything's gonna be a sit down. Gonna have some on course videos, some shorts, but just little like shot tips, things like that. For perspective's sake, as we go along, I'm sitting at a 9.1 right now for my handicap, and you know where you're at.
I play a lot more recreationally. I'm somewhere around, last time I checked, like a 20.
Okay. Gotcha. So yeah, we'll keep you updated and try to get you some good videos. But stay tuned and thank you for joining. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Good afternoon, good evening, good night. All that shit.
We got some pork loin that we're about to feast on.
Yeah, about to eat some pork loin. Nice.